Justin, have you had a chance now to dissect what happened against Geelong, and what was the sort of findings from that?
Well, the main finding was we had too many passengers, I suppose, in the contest. Thought they were much more even in the contest and their ability to pressure us than we were against them. That was the main issue out of the game. Clearly they handled the conditions better than us. They're more mature, bigger bodies. And we felt like our system, especially that second quarter, ahead of the ball fell apart. So we've done a bit of work on that this week.
So how do you rectify the passenger issue?
Oh, well, I think some of it was due to the conditions and us not handling the conditions. And I haven't seen that this year, especially in the contest. So put it on our players to bounce back. I think when we've played our system as a team with 18 committed players on the field to the contest and their roles, I think we've been able to show that we can mix it with any team. So we need to get back to that footy. He's travelling well. Clearly his final hurdle is training today, but we expect there to be no issues with that. Expect him to get through and expect him to play.
What about Brennan Cox, Justin?
He's got to tick off training. It's reasonably positive at the moment, but I'm not going to declare him fit until we get through training.
So what happens if he doesn't get up? How do you adjust down back, given the dark and tall defender?
Well, it depends on who they play, a little bit. I'm just really keen to keep backing in the guys we've got down there. We haven't really got anyone out of the team that can come in and play that role. We've got some guys within the team that we could swing back. It might be Rory Lobb, that type of situation. But we'll back the guys down there to be able to defend in our system, and clearly we're going to have to defend well through the middle of the ground, and our team defence is going to have to be really good to give them a chance, but just keep backing them in.
Justin, how would you describe where your season's at? Just the 2 wins, mounting injuries?
Well, we're at a situation where we need to just keep on improving. The injury situation's given us great opportunity to give guys opportunity on the field, probably play some guys ahead of time, but that's great for us for where we're at. Clearly we need them to come in and execute a role, and we need to keep working on our system because it's something that's been good at times throughout the year, but we've just been inconsistent with executing our system for long enough.
Does Liam Henry get a look in yet?
No, he's not quite ready yet. He played 60 minutes of footy last week against Geelong reserves. He played a quarter in our last game on the Gold Coast. He's shown some really good signs. He's really worked on his body and getting that right. He just needs more time. He's going to be an exciting player for us for a lot of years, so we're not going to rush him.
Do you continue to back Sean Darcy in to fix his problems with freeze conceded stoppage, or do you need to go to a Lloyd meet?
We won't go to a Lloyd meet this week, though I've been really impressed with the work he's been doing. We're going to back Sean in again. Thought he competed really well when he got his positioning right against Geelong. And he competed really well against Nat Nui the week before. Took his dominance at centre bounce away from him. So he's got a few areas of his game he needs to work on, but we think they're pretty easy fixes. And he's got a massive challenge this week against probably the competition's best ruckman. So we'll continue to back him in, and hopefully he gets some continuity with his games. And I think that's the thing that's holding him back the most, the lack of continuity and the lack of match play. So hopefully we can get him out there for long periods and allow him to go to work.
Can you give us any selection news at this stage, Justin, or is it still a bit too early?
Well, Connor Blakelys will play his first game of the year. He'll come in for Darcy Tucker. And clearly the skipper will come in if he gets through training. So, really keen to give Connor a go. We lose a couple of midfielders out of the weekend. He'll get his opportunity on ball where he's been training, where he can play to his strengths and execute his role. So he deserves his opportunity. I think he's a better player than what he was 8 weeks ago, and that's on the back of his dedication to getting the most out of everything he's doing. So really excited for him to get his opportunity.
So what do you expect from him? What when you talk about his strengths, what does he bring?
Well, clearly we've been training him as an inside mid, all year. So I expect him, when it's his turn, to hunt and pressure and negate a strong Collingwood, help negate a strong Collingwood midfield. And I expect him to play his role in offence and defence. It's the only thing that's been holding him back is an opportunity. So he gets that this week. He gets to show us what he's got.
Has Darcy had surgery yet, and how long do you expect him to be out for?
He's had surgery today, and it's a significant injury. So we definitely won't see him any time this year, and it's going to take a long time to rehab that hamstring. So yeah, it's disappointing.
How frustrating is the injury situation as a whole?
Well, clearly as a coach you'd like your best players out there and a full list to choose from. I'm not going to shy away from that. So it's frustrating, but like I said, for where we're at, it creates a lot of opportunity for players, and I think this period of time is going to hold us in good stead for the future, because we get to see what our depth is like. We get to expose Toby Watson, Michael Frederick, those type of players earlier than we would if we had a full list. So I think it's going to hold us in good stead for the future.
Is your injury management being reviewed?
Constantly reviewing everything we do. So yeah, of course we are. Like, we're not happy with the situation. We're reviewing everything we do as a football department. So we need to get it right.
Justin, you've talked about it's a whole of club thing, not just pointing the finger at certain individuals. Do the players need to take some responsibility here in terms of the way they prepare themselves and the way they take care of, recovery, prehab, all those sorts of things?
Absolutely, it's on everyone. It's on the way we prepare them. It's on the way they prepare themselves. Some of it's unlucky, so we review every injury on its merits and come to a finding on all injuries. So we'll continue to do that and continue to work on all our practices at the footy club, individuals included.
Can you give us an update on Michaelwalder's? Is it a hamstring tightness, or are you concerned there's a strain?
No, there's definitely a strain there. We had it scanned, and we had it reviewed, a second review on that scan, and it looks like he's got a really minor strain.
So would you expect him to play the week after this, or?
I would, yeah, I will. I would expect him to miss only 1 week with it. So barely showed up on the scan, but we're not willing to risk him this week, and clearly he'll have to jump through or tick a lot of boxes next week to be able to play, but we'll give him that opportunity.
Are you looking forward to the opportunity of going up against Blakelys?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing against a club that I know pretty well and got a lot of relationships with, and the players I know really well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge. They're clearly a top-class outfit, and we're going to have to play really well to match it with them. So I'm looking forward to all those challenges.
Does your 2 years there give you any kind of internal knowledge or extra assistance in combating some of their strengths?
I think it helps with preparing our players, especially for individuals and their system. But there's not a lot of secrets in footy these days, and I think every club sort of knows how every club plays. So they've clearly changed a few things since I left, and they've got some different personnel, but I feel like I've given our players some decent insight.